Hey guys, welcome to the channel. My name is Alex and today we're going to talk about the new Seiko 5 Sports GMT. This is a great new introduction by Seiko, I must say. A automatic GMT watch under 500 euros. That's going to be very hard to beat, and it's a very nice addition to the Seiko 5 Sports lineup. So my relationship with Seiko started a couple of years ago when I was about to buy my first daily beater. At that time I already had purchased my first real watch, my vintage Omega Seamaster 600, and I realized that that one wasn't really suited for daily wear, so I needed a daily beater. The SKX 007 is a legendary watch in its segment, and it was the watch that started my journey for real. So I have a good eye for these entry-level Seikos, and when I heard and read that they were going to introduce a GMT watch under 500 euros, I knew I had to get my hands on one and review it. So with me today I have all three models from the Seiko 5 GMT lineup. So we have the black dial version with black and gray bezel. We have the sunburst blue dial option with the black and blue bezel, and we have the orange dial with the black and gray bezel. So let's jump right into the specs of the watches. We have a 42.5 millimeter stainless steel case that is 13.6 millimeters thick. The case is both satin finished on top of the lugs and has polished case sides. We have a lug-to-lug measurement of 46 millimeters, Hardlex crystal on the front, and also a display case back. We also have a bi-directional bezel with aluminum insert, and that is covered by a Hardlex crystal on the bezel as well. The crown is a push-pull type of crown, so not a screw-down crown, and it's water resistant down to 100 meters. Taking a closer look at the three different dial options here, we have some similarities to all of them. That is the applied hour markers. We have Lumibright in the hour markers and hands, sweeping second hand, and a Cyclops for the date at 3 o'clock. The lume game is very strong, as it usually is with the Seiko 5 Sports models. I mean, it's not as good as some of the micro brands, but I think this one does a really good job. Moving on from the dial and hands, we take a look at the bracelet, which is a Jubilee style bracelet. And it feels really good. It feels solid end links, solid links. And the only thing I don't like is this pressed metal clasp. It's very Seiko, and it is what it is at this price segment, but doesn't really give me a good quality feeling. Movement wise, we have the new automatic 4R34 movement with the GMT function. The movement has 41 hours of power reserve. It's an in-house movement by Seiko. It's not very nice finished, but I mean, it is what it is for this certain price range. The first position of the crown adjusts the date when you turn it counterclockwise, and it adjusts the GMT hand when you turn it clockwise. And the second position of the crown is to set the time. So let's talk a bit about the pros and cons. Pros is definitely the price point and what you get for the price point. I mean, you get an automatic GMT watch for less than 500 euros. That's a really good value proposition. I think the quality and finishing of the watch is very good, at least the case and dial for the price point. I think it wears pretty well, even if you have smaller wrists. Since the lug-to-lug isn't that long, I'd say it wears more like a 40 millimeter than a 42.5. I think the dials look nice, and I especially like how the bezel plays in different types of light with this Hardlex crystal on top of the insert. Overall, it's a very good entry-level sports watch. On the downside, I don't like the clasp. I think it's too cheap even at this price point. I know they can make better clasps, so I hope they will someday. I don't like the Cyclops that much. It's not a deal breaker for me, but I don't love it either. But that's a coin toss, I'd say. I can live with it and I could live without it. Also the thickness, I think it's a bit on the thicker end. I think they could probably shave off a couple of millimeters. They skipped the display case back, and I don't see the need for a display case back, especially when the movement is not very well finished. But that's about it. I mean, if you look at the watch as a whole, it's a very good product for under 500 euros. It's a great value proposition, and I think it's a great entry-level piece to start your watch journey with. And as I said in the beginning of the video, I started my watch journey with the Seiko SKX. So I think this one will start many other people's journey as well. So that's about it, guys. That's my take on the new Seiko 5 Sports GMT. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comments what you think about this release, which version is your favorite, and what is your take on the watch, pros and cons. If you liked the video, please hit the thumbs up. And if you really enjoyed it, please subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys next time.